Man accused of killing his landlord with an axe appeared in court this morning on new charges.
12 News reporter Alex Torres-Perez joins us now from Newport with the latest developments.
Not only is Jacob Morrow accused of murdering his landlord, new charges say he also took his car and used his credit card.
How do you plead? Not guilty to all counts, Your Honor.
Jacob Morrow claiming his innocence after being formally charged in a Newport courtroom Thursday morning. Morrow is charged with first-degree murder after Portsmouth police say he confessed to hitting his landlord Shui Fang Wu in the head with an axe during an argument back in May. Wu's body was later found wrapped in a tarp and covered in wire fencing in a wooded area nearby. However, new court records now show Morrow allegedly took Wu's car and used his credit card, spending more than $100. He is now facing charges for driving without consent of the owner and fraudulent use of a credit card.
But as evidence develops and our prosecutors become more involved, we bring before the grand jury all the charges that we think fit the conduct, and then sometimes the grand jury will indict in additional charges. That's a fairly common thing that happens in a lot of cases that we do.
12 News did reach out to Morrow's attorneys for a comment on Thursday's court proceedings, but we have not heard back at this time. Meanwhile, the Rhode Island Attorney General says they're ready to move forward.
Really can't tell you much that you don't already know because the case is pending. But, we're going to try to achieve justice in this case. But, of course, the defendant has a right to a fair trial, which if he chooses to go in that direction, then that's what he will get.
Morrow is expected back in court for a pretrial hearing on September 28th. Reporting in Newport, Alex Torres-Perez, 12 News.
A man accused of killing his landlord with an axe is now facing new charges.
Jacob Morrow was formally charged this morning in Newport. 12 News reporter Alex Torres-Perez goes over what happened in the courtroom.
This morning, Jacob Morrow pled not guilty to all charges that accuse him of not only murdering his landlord, but of also taking his car and using his credit cards.
Can you please state your name?
Jacob Morrow.
A man previously scheduled to have an eviction hearing with his landlord back in May, now back in court, accused in his murder. Portsmouth police say Jacob Morrow confessed to hitting Shui Fang Wu in the head with an axe during an argument. He then led officers to the body, which was found in the woods, wrapped in a tarp underneath wire fencing. New court records reveal Morrow also took Wu's car, but investigators don't believe he was going to steal it. Morrow is still being charged for taking the vehicle and will also face another new charge for spending more than $100 on Wu's credit card.
How do you plead? Not guilty to all counts, Your Honor.
Handcuffed and with a serious look on his face, Morrow is demanding a trial. His attorneys filed a motion Thursday asking the state for any and all evidence related to this case, and that will be used in the trial. The Attorney General says they can't comment too much on this case since it is pending, but they're ready to fight for justice.
But of course, the defendant is presumed innocent. He has a right to a fair trial, but we're ready to prosecute the case.
Morrow will remain in prison without bond. He is expected back in court next month. Reporting in Newport, Alex Torres-Perez, 12 News.